Hello, Magus. This is Dimitris calling from Chicago and Metal KAOZ. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you doing?
Trying to stay warm. So if my brain freezes mid uh, in the middle of me interview, don't mind me.
Well, you have a snow and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, it's minus to 15 in Celsius.
In Greece, it's 15 plus.
So just a small sign difference. We are good.
30 degrees only.
Okay, let's start talking about music. Like right? Okay. So before
Okay.
working on Daemonosophia, what did you have in mind to achieve when compared to Visodomodas?
Demonosophia is an album based, the concept of the album actually is to gain wisdom through the infernal, as opposed to theosophy to gain wisdom through the divine.
Right.
I do feel the infernal element closer to the human psyche, closer to the human thinking, to the human, let's say, soul. And I think for me, this is my path. I'm trying to reach wisdom and knowledge through there. And that was the whole Demonosophia. Sorry. And that was the whole Demonosophia concept. And that is what is portrayed on the cover.
Yeah.
Because it has three entities. We are actually six, and they are actually one. So the song, the 6 in 3 is all one, refers to that concept. We have three entities representing the left entity that carries a book and a chalice, represents wisdom.
Right.
The right entity that holds the sword and the branch represents
Action.
Action, yes, as you said, exactly. And the central entity that holds a key represents will.
Right.
So in order to achieve something, you need the will to do it, the knowledge to do it, and the action to do it, in the physical level and the metaphysical level too.
So the basic difference between Theosophia and Demonosophia is the one is offered, ready, without expectation for the person to challenge this, and
it's how you connect. How you connect to the energies, how you connect to your inner self.
Okay.
I always, my inner self is a serpentian one. That's how I view it. And that's how I work on it metaphysically. Because as I have oftenly said, I work on two levels, the physical, which I'm pretty atheist and agnostic, and the metaphysical, which is something completely different. When one gets into the other is actually where magic happens, when magic happens.
So those two levels do not coexist, are two different things?
They coexist, but they rarely interact.
Okay. So it requires some effort to bridge.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes. And that's what magic is.
For the album,
interaction of these two levels.
Got it. So for the album, you start with Paternoster, right? But it's the Lord's
it's Prayer, my own version,
reversed, right?
Reversed, yeah. It's a version that it's opening and tells you what you expect to listen to the rest of the album. That's the opening theme.
So here's though, I think a key here. It's not like you are doing something in reverse because you don't believe that. You are presenting something else, right?
No. Exactly that. I mean, the reverse thing is for people who strongly believe in black and white. I love black, but I work in the gray. Because when I say it's all one, It's all on in various levels. All things are connected in a way.
Okay.
It's how humans perceive it, and how many of them are trapped in an illusion, if you know what I mean. Because illusions, if believed by many, becomes a reality in the physical level.
Correct.
And a lot of people are trapped in it because it suits them, because they are lazy, because they don't care, for various reasons. Okay, I care since a very small age. I cared. I want to see what's actually happening. It's not what the scripture said after almost 3 decades of researching. It's not what the Holy Book says, but in every Holy Book, there are some truths.
Of course. And it's interesting because you come from a country that is traditionally raised with religion, right? So what you're saying is that it's not actually people getting lazy. It's something they grow into, how they were brought up, right? They were brought up to believe some things and do this thing without questioning.
In a way, it's like the Matrix movie.
Yeah.
In a way, okay, and not in Greece, everywhere. It's a similar concept that if they tell it you from a very young age, for you it becomes an accepted fact, a reality.
Right.
And if you don't have the inner thirst, the inner hunger to research it further, to see why the fuck is that? Why do I have to accept something as a truth? Because what I accept as truth is things that I have experienced.
Yeah.
And in the occult world especially, because in the physical it's very easy. When you see a fire and you put your hand on the fire, you get burned, so you get the experience very fast.
Yes.
In the occult world, it's much more difficult. But my truths are things that I have experienced, and I have wandered a lot in many traditions to find things. I don't follow a specific one. I follow my own, which is a mosaic from a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and actually, the Luciferian, not theory.
The Luciferian concept is the central one. Yes,
yeah,
it's the central one.
Making your own path, if you may.
And my Lucifer is not. That's why he wears a hood. He has many faces. It's not a horned god or a monster or a beautiful angel. It's all of this together and more.
I don't want to go there, but it makes me think that there is some people mistake what it means black metal. Black metal is not being the antithesis of something else. It's doing something that goes against the grain, against the dogma. That's about it. It doesn't mean that you have to have blast pits. It doesn't mean to have growls. No, it's just going against the grain. Right?
Yes and no. Black metal goes against the grain. But black metal is, if it's about Satan, it's black metal. If not, it's something else.
So you're saying it's what it is about.
When I say Satan, I mean a lot of names, a lot of manifestation. The darker side, the dark side. That's what black metal is about. The dark side, the satanic side, the Luciferian side, the Dragonian side, the darker side of the world. That's what black metal is. Because punk also gets against the grain, but it's not black metal.
Correct. And that's
for
why
me,
you say
it's very important. This is very important. I mean, if you have a band that plays what the most of the black metal bands musically, but sings about how I lose my girlfriend, I am very depressed, it's not black metal. I mean, maybe it's great music, okay? It's another form of extreme metal, but not black metal.
So you're saying that black metal basically comes from the lyrics and the atmosphere.
Yes, it's the idea of it. It's a concept. Not okay. The metal part is important, but all the other thing is the concept, the idea, and the philosophy behind it.
Okay.
And when I say philosophy, I don't mean that you have to be very deep in occultism and stuff to play black metal. Okay, Venom or never very much into it, but they play great black metal. But it's there. It's what you portray, the identity of your band, not yourself.
Big discussion, huge can of worms. So
yes, I'm always facing that. People tell me Merciful Fate is heavy metal. No, Merciful Fate is black metal, and it's one of the few bands that are black metal still from their beginning to now.
I agree. But again, these days we like to put everything in boxes.
Yes,
it's easier to do that based on just what we hear.
I think the genres, it's mostly about the press.
Of course,
the press gave to most of them names to distinguish it from the other. So when they write a review, to know more or less what are they talking about.
You were part of the press some years
yes.
ago, right? So that we have to use descriptive words when we talk about music, because it's difficult. It's something you hear. So you need to say thrash metal, you need to say death metal, otherwise. But yes, at the same time, this may confuse people what is exactly black metal and what is maybe not.
Yeah, and I understand the necessity, but I don't share the concept.
I understand. So in the album's concept, where does Amelia fit? Because it's kind of a, it's a human figure.
It's a witch.
Mm-hmm.
The story behind Amelia is really fun, because as I have often say, I get inspiration from everything I see, listen, dream, hear. It was my son was watching a TV show
Okay.
about a witch in the Marvel universe, Agatha.
I cannot say I know the Marvel universe, but please go on.
It's Marvel universe. I mean, Superman,
yes,
the superheroes. Okay, there was a witch that is named Agatha Harkness.
Mm-hmm.
That witch was an evil witch. Let's say evil. Because she was going to covens of witches, became part of them, and then drained all the life force and the magical force of the coven, and took their power for her, and left them dead. She was killing covens and becoming stronger and stronger and stronger. And it was that TV show that gave me the inspiration to write a song about a witch called Amelia.
I could never see that happening in the Magus album.
Yes, and I was watching with him, and I said, "What are you watching?" He said, "There's a TV show with an evil witch." I said, "Okay, let's watch it together."
Now it's interesting.
Yeah, now it's interesting, exactly. And it has, although at some part it was, popcorn TV show,
of course.
it has some parts that were really good. It's like reading a really good horror novel.
Yeah, with so many stuff they are making, some things may be good, but they are making 1,000 things, and a couple of things may be good. So,
and I am a Marvel fan since I was 10, but I didn't know her. I only knew the Scarlet Witch. This witch, Agatha Harkness, was very different.
Awesome. And since you said you are taking stuff from
plus, sorry to interrupt you.
Go, please.
Amelia is like my personal, my inner tribute to King Diamond.
I can see that. I can definitely see that. Right. And which reminds me, some of the solos have something to do with King Diamond, and some of the keys in some cases. You do have some references there.
Yeah, I do. On purpose.
And since you mentioned taking stuff from other, I don't know, folklore, you have the cover for La Llorona.
Yes.
And instead, La Llorona, you have La Llorona Negra.
Negra, yeah.
So that's a big distinction from the Mexican folklore. So how you have adapted this one?
First of all, I wanted to do a cover of La Llorona.
Mm-hmm.
Since I saw Amanda Galas performing it here in Greece 10 years ago or something, with a piano, and I was stunned. And then I researched the song a little bit, and I said, okay, I want to do this song at some point in my life to make a version of my own version of it. La Llorona Negra, the difference with the Mexican story, it talks about Lilith, not just a girl named Llorona. Llorona is actually Lilith. I think it says it in the lyrics somehow. This song was a very big bet for me. I wanted to be exactly as I imagined. And there are two parts that are very essential, three parts very essential. First, the voice of Joanna is magnificent. Joanna is a jazz cabaret singer who is performing Llorona in her own songs. So it was a perfect fit. Second, the piano. We used a real piano player.
Okay.
We have composed the keys ourselves, but we're not pianists. And when we brought a professional musician, pianist, to play what we have written, it was like, whoa, this is what was supposed to be to listen. This was supposed to be played. And the third is that my vocals, because I get in the second half of the song, it's only one take.
Really?
No corrections. You see, sometimes I'm out of breath, but I want it this way. I did one rehearsal, and then I said, okay, we'll do it one take.
But why?
Because I wanted to have this feeling of, to hear this feeling of desperation that the hero has in my voice. When I'm out of breath, when I'm out, I cannot howl anymore how I want to. But if you listen closely to my voice, you will see that it sounds sometimes desperate and tiresome, which I wanted that. I want to be real.
This is quite bold, right? Doing that in one take. Yes.
Okay, it works. It might have not worked, but it worked.
Okay. And another adaptation, although the press release says it's reimagining the song, you have the era of Lucifer Rising. So first of all, I'm sure it was intentional to change Satan into Lucifer, because we are not talking about Satan here, right?
Yes, because the song has a different vibe. So it's similar lyrics, but it's closer to the Luciferian concept than the Satan concept, because Satan is more like the opponent, the adversary. Lucifer is much more things. There's another funny story again to it. I have a lot of stories about the songs. When we were making the demos, our guitarist L sent me this one in a very proto form, in a very raw form. I listened to it. I called him, that's a nice song. It will be our ballad or something. But it reminds me something very much.
So you didn't know at this point?
No. He tells me, listen to it again. I listened to it again. I called him again. I said, okay, it's something very familiar, but I don't know what it is. And he says to me, check the title of the file. And the title of the file was The Era of Satan Rising.
Oh, okay.
Fuck. Yes. But how the way you played it, I couldn't understand that is that actually. But and from that demo to what you hear now, it's a long transformation.
Oh, yeah, and I won't lie. When I read that it was connected to Thwart Lord, I said, "Wait a minute, that doesn't remind me anything." And it took
It's
me.
the same. It's the same notes.
Yeah, I'm not a
It's the
musician.
same notes.
I couldn't understand that.
The
Whatever.
same notes, the same melody, but arranged completely different.
So it was
That's why
Ed's idea.
it was El's idea. Yeah.
Wow, perfect.
Sorry, it was his idea. He started the whole thing, and we took it even further.
Of course, of course. And in the beginning of our interview, you mentioned the album cover artwork. So it's loaded with meanings, with symbolisms, and you work
Yes,
with
yes,
this with Nestor Avalos. So
yes.
how long did you guys, the two of you,
Three
work
months,
together?
3 4 months. Yeah, because he was sending, I was correcting. He was sending. We were talking about how do we do this? How do we want this? The thing with Nestor is because Nestor himself is a disciple of the occult arts
Okay.
himself. He's not just a painter, and that's why we could connect better. I could communicate better the meaning I wanted to have.
Mhm.
It's like a Byzantine triptychon.
Yes.
That was the idea, and it's the first time he did something like that. So I sent him a lot of pictures of triptychons, so he can see and take the and understand what I really want. Uh, I think the art, the cover for me is like the first one, who was a different artist. It's magnificent, and for me it's very important because I want from the cover of the album to get more or less the message initially, at
Mhm.
least. And I'm really happy. We did great work with Nestor. I mean, I'm completely satisfied.
You said you corrected things. However, since Nestor is also in the occult, did any of these initial drawings had something that you had missed or you liked, and then you said, "Okay, let's do that"?
And when I tell him no, I mean the corrections were mostly on the details.
Oh, okay.
He grabbed the concept immediately.
Mm.
The correction was in the details, the coloring, stuff like that, mostly. He get
Okay.
the meaning from the beginning.
And the eye we see is it means that the six are three and the three are one, correct?
Yes, and
It has nothing.
the eye is actually the one that you see on my personal symbol, the
Right.
serpentagram, the
Correct.
eye with the 7 serpents. Um the eye is the center. It's the eye of the dragon, as I call it.
You know, I was almost
The dragon is the core of things.
I almost did say it's the all seeing eye, but it's not. That's a different a different concept.
No, it's not the all-seeing eye of when you see in Greek Christian churches.
Mm.
I don't know. You've been in Greece?
Yes, I was born and raised in Greece.
Okay, so you remember the eye in the top
I
of
do.
the.
I do.
When I was 6, 7 years old, and my grandmother took me to church one time. Second time, she told me the story. I didn't remember. When we were going into the church, there were some broomsticks on the entrance
Okay.
before you go inside. And she told me that I grabbed a broomstick. And she told me, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I want to poke the eye that sees what I do." And I was 6 or 7, I don't remember. And I was like, "Did I do that? Okay." I'm surprised with myself.
That's a nice.
Of course, it didn't, nothing happened, but my grandmother was very impressed negatively because
Of
I wanted
course.
to poke the eye of God.
I hope you were not punished in the old
No,
ways.
no, no, no.
You know
He
what I'm
said,
talking about.
yeah, no, no. He said, leave the broomstick and get in the church. It was like that.
Shut up and get in the church. So what is next for the Magus? Although the album has not been yet released, do you have in mind to play live? What's happening?
No.
No?
With Magus, no.
That's a hard no. Why?
It's the first time we speak. So
yes.
I don't know if you know my views about live shows and black metal.
I cannot say I do. I'm sorry about that.
I think that are two things that do not go together.
Because you cannot control the what is going
First of
on,
all,
control everything.
I think that black metal is a music you experience alone.
Yes.
That's my first thing. It's not like thrash or even heavy, which I enjoy watching live.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, if I was to do a live show, I want to be like a theater play, like a
performance.
Like a
you need to have
yes.
the visual aspect too.
Yes, which is fucking expensive.
Oh yeah.
If you want to do it properly. And that's why I will not play live show with Magus. I might play with our Lord or HEXBANE, which is a new band we have, which are completely different and more closer to the rock and roll spirit than Magus music.
So you mentioned HEXBANE, right?
HEXBANE, yes.
HEXBANE. Okay. So what are you doing with this band? What is the plan?
You know the members?
I don't know.
It's me. It's George from Luciferian. It's Tas from Friends of Hell and Ex-Electric Wizard, and Faust from Emperor on drums.
Damn, man.
Actually, we will release an EP. Faust is coming in Greece end of February to record the drums.
Goosebumps, man. Great.
Yeah, it's the first time Norway and Greece play together.
long time overdue, I will say. What about Thwart Lord? Are you working on something new?
Yes, after we finish with HEXBANE, we start working on the new album, which once again, the lineup will be a surprise. It will be a fucking killer lineup. I cannot say more until it's officially released.
I understand. And so the Magus will not play live. So when will start thinking about the third album then?
I'm already.
Already?
I already have the cover of the album.
The cover of the album? Okay.
Yes, I cannot tell you from who, but when I saw it, I immediately reached to the guy and said, I want this for my next album.
How do you start an album with a cover without having any idea about the music or the lyrics?
Because when I saw the album, it was exactly my idea. It was amazing, and I told him. The guy says, "When do you want it?" I said, "In 2 or 3 years." He was like, "What?" I said, "Yes," because my new album has not been released yet, and the next one will take 2-3 years. But I want this. Don't give it to anyone else. And that's how it happened.
Awesome. Magus, thank you very much for your time. It was a pleasure.
Thank you too.
At least we met online.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. Well, let's plan to talk again soon, or because seeing you live, I'm not sure when, if that will happen ever.
As I told you, you will maybe see me live, but with different bands, but not with the Magus.
That's fine. Thank you very much. Have a great rest of your night.
Thank you too. Take care.
Bye-bye.